Mass demonstrations also took place in Egypt's second largest city, Alexandria. ABC reporter Peter Cave was there for the big event and I spoke to him late today. Peter Cave, it's the morning after that huge march and protests around the country. Do the protesters have the determination and the stamina to keep fighting?
Look, indeed they do, and I've been speaking to some of the organisers of the protests here in Alexandria, where they turned out hundreds of thousands of people yesterday in a fairly good-natured protest that only turned a bit nasty after word came that President Mubarak was determined to stay on until September. They're planning another massive demonstration on Friday. They're calling it Lost Friday. They're calling it a day of anger. What they're saying is that they don't want Mubarak to go in September. They don't want him to go next month or next week or even tomorrow. They want him to go right now.
How difficult do you think it will be for him to hang on?
Look, the protest movement is determined to keep going. Whether they have the stamina to do so remains to be seen, and whether Mubarak has plans to gradually try and tighten the screws and crack down also remains to be seen. But in the short term, he's going to face an upwelling of anger this very Friday, which the demonstrators at least say will be worse than anything that's been seen so far.
The protest in Cairo was peaceful, and you say also in Alexandria. Do you think that's been the case elsewhere in Egypt?
It's a bit hard to tell. It's amazing how they've cracked down. There is no internet. Texts work only intermittently. Demonstrators who tried to get from here to the big demonstration in Cairo yesterday found that all the buses were off. They found that the trains that run regularly between Alexandria, the second biggest city, and the capital were off. That the airlines had been shut down. That there were military roadblocks on the roads, so you couldn't drive to Cairo. The state television is running a fairly pro-government line. So it's very hard for a lot of people to find out what's happening in other parts of the country.
You've just travelled from Jordan. The civil unrest there is growing too.
Look, it has been. They've had demonstrations of several thousand people, nothing like what we've seen here or indeed in Yemen and other places, but it was enough to preempt King Abdullah to sack his Prime Minister and government yesterday.